welcome to the Chef Show here at the URC. I'm Chef Antwain. Today we're gonna make some beautiful, beautiful acorn squash stuffed with couscous pilaf, as well as a seared sirloin and a little mashed cauliflower. You can make it as a vegan dish, vegetarian dish, or you can be a carnivore like myself and tear that steak up. Let's get started. We're gonna open up this acorn squash, chopping up the top and the bottom, just like you would any squash. Cut it in half, throw away your scraps, and just leave it. If you don't have any seeds, just leave it as be. Get you a nice sheet tray. This is avocado oil. Or the bottom of the sheet tray. You're gonna oil that that butternut squash. Acorn squash, I'm sorry. Get it with a little salt and pepper. And I like to add a little thyme to mine. Fresh thyme if possible, but today we're gonna do a little dry. Put them face side, middle side down. Get a little oil around that edge. And we're gonna pop these in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. Now we're gonna work on our prep for our pilaf. First, we're gonna start by chopping up our butternut squash. We're gonna put some water on for that good old couscous. Now, you can do it vegetarian style or you can do it carnivore style like I'm doing today with chicken stock, or you can do it with a little vegetable stock as well. So we're gonna take some bouillon cubes, drop those right in the water as well. 1 cube for every cup of water. Let that come to a simmer, and we're gonna pop that couscous right in there in a moment. Next, we're gonna chop up this butternut squash. So with a butternut squash, you have a seated end and you have a flat end. Today, I'm just gonna use the flat end. I'm gonna put the rest of it in the cooler for another occasion. See, it's great to cook at home rather than going out. You get more portions. You can feed a whole family. For that $13 you plan for this plate, 14, 15, maybe even 30, depending if you're getting that steak or not. You can feed a whole family for about 25 bucks. So you're gonna peel this here. This is that non-seeded side, like I said. Get it all peeled down, throw away the scraps. We're gonna dice this up. This is gonna go inside that couscous. Not too small, because you don't want them to mush. Take our pan. If you got some non-stick spray, you can spray the bottoms. If not, just do a little oil, same thing. It's actually better for you too. You don't get that aerosol flavor. We're gonna get these nice and worked up. Get that oil all on there so it'll roast real nice and evenly. We're gonna hit it with a little salt, a little pepper, some good old thyme. You can also add a little brown sugar, cinnamon, all the seasonings that you usually would on some butternut squash or sweet potatoes. But we're gonna make this a nice savory dish today. So we're gonna pop this right in the oven here. We're gonna bake those off for about a good 15 to 20 minutes as well. In the meantime, check on your water for your couscous. It's almost coming to a boil. So we're gonna start fabricating our good old cauliflower for this puree, as well as getting some water on for that as well, because we're gonna have to boil it off. Again, you got a little chicken stock if you want, or veggie stock as well. So we're gonna take this here cauliflower, cut it in half. I like to do mine like this and just take the leaves off this way. Make a V, pop it off. It's a little easier than sitting there trying to peel a cauliflower. Who peels cauliflower? Take your leaves, keep your areas clean. As you hear, you get that nice boil going on for that couscous. We need to get this cauliflower chopped up first. I take a little bit more of the stem off as well, so I like to just keep the tops. Now, some people, you can take this also and boil it a little bit and take it and rice it. You can rice it as well instead of mashing it. But since you already got the couscous, why would you have rice too, you know? Get nice textures and flavors and different textures going on with this dish. So we're gonna chop all those up. We're not gonna use all this, but we're gonna keep it here for a moment. While your water is boiling for your couscous, go on and add this couscous to that pan. Take your couscous, this is a nice pearl couscous here, tricolor. That'll give your dish a little bit more color as well. Let that come to a simmer as well. We also have some pistachios we're gonna add to this mix. We're just gonna give these a nice toast on the flat top with a little oil. You don't want the heat too high on this, because you don't wanna burn them. You just wanna toast them a little bit just to get that flavor going. Get that toastiness. All right, couscous is on. Water's on for the cauliflower. We're gonna salt that water as well, just so we can keep the flavors going for the cauliflower. You're gonna let that come to the boil. In the meantime, you got your couscous, you got your cauliflower, you got everything's in the oven. So now you're just gonna work on prepping up the rest. We have a tomato and we pre-washed. We're gonna get that quartered. This is just for garnish. And all we're gonna do a quick sear on that right before we put it on the plate, just to give it a little more color on that plate. And it'll give it a little acidity as well. In the meantime, check your pistachios so they're not burning. As soon as you start smelling that toastiness, pull it off. You don't want it to burn. Let's get that sirloin seasoned up. Some nice sirloins there. I like to try to stay within the 6 to 8 ounce range. Any more than that, you're just eating a lot of meat and you don't eat that much meat in your life. Some people do. Don't get me wrong, if you don't want them protein diets, you want about 10 ounces. Give me 12. I remember one time at a golf course I used to work at, we had a 28-ounce porterhouse. Who eats that much meat, man? Even though you're really just paying for the bone, but it's all right. Salt, pepper both sides. So your pistachios is toasty. You can smell them. We're gonna put those right to the side. We're gonna take that same pan, since it got that nice nutty flavor on the inside of it, and we're gonna sear off those steaks on it. Take your little avocado oil, take your sirloins, go right in the pan. Let them sear for about 3 minutes on each side, depending on how you like it though. I usually do 3 minutes on each side, pop it in the oven for another 5, and give you a nice medium rare. We're gonna give this a nice rinse down because we're gonna use it later. We don't want to cross-contaminate by putting that raw juice on those vegetables or whatever you're plating up. But all right, got the steak going. Couscous is rocking and rolling. Let that steak sear. So you want to let it sear so it's easy to pull off. You want to get it nice brown on there so it's easy to pull off. That's how you know it's nice and seared on that side. If you gotta force the pull, let it cook a little bit longer. Water's boiling for the cauliflower. We're gonna check on that acorn squash. Oh yeah, we're getting to it. So we're gonna do a nice flip on those. You can feel the bottom. You can see if it's getting soft on that one side. That's how you see how it's got the caramelization going on that side. And just want to just give it a nice flip and pop it back in. Butternut squash just got in there, so it still need a little bit of time. You can also pre-boil them, then season them and go. See, that's a nice sear. Let that sit for a minute, it's still stuck. We're gonna raise that heat so we can get some more color on there. In the meantime, we're gonna throw that cauliflower in that boiling water. One thing I like to teach my students too is always washing your hands, always making sure you're cleaning as you go. Don't do any cross-contamination. Just make sure you keep your areas nice and tidy as you see. You can work better when it's like this. Take a little bit of that couscous out just to feel it. If it's too hard, let it keep rolling. Flip your other steak. There you go. That's how it's supposed to come off. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna finish those in the oven, like I say, for about 10 minutes, then we're gonna let it rest before we cut it. That way all the juices stay inside of that steak. You don't get a dry steak when you finish. Now let's get this butter. We got a little heavy cream. This is both for that cauliflower puree, as well as 2 cloves of garlic for that puree. Again, take your peel, flatten it out. Take that peel off of the garlic and give it a nice mince. Woo, that steak smelling fabulous. We're gonna come over and grab our steak, get that going in the oven. Let that finish off in there. Check your couscous. There we go. That's ready to rock and roll. Get my hands washed, and we can start on this next process. We're gonna take our lid, get this drained off. We'll take a little bit of that garlic, salt, pepper, a little olive oil so it don't stick. And we're gonna also add our pistachios inside as well. Toasted pistachios. I love them. And your dried cranberries, store-bought of course. Or if you know how to do them, make them yourself. You might know what you're actually getting too. Add those to that as well. Spin-a-rooney. Let all them flavors come together as it sits. All right, we're gonna throw our lid on this and we're gonna come back to this in a moment. We're gonna set this on the oven so it'll stay warm. Meantime, we're gonna check these cauliflower out. You want it to be real soft, so when you put it in the blender, it'll puree very nice. We're gonna get our cup going. We're gonna add our garlic to our cup. Take us some Parmesan cheese. Yeah, buddy. Some salt, pepper in that cup as well. Check on your other ingredients. We're gonna give these butternut squash a stir. Look at that. That nice color on that butternut squash there. There you go. Check your steak. As soon as it not bounce back on you, it's ready to rock. Still got about another 2 minutes on the steak. Check your butternut squash. Your acorn squash, I'm sorry. About another same amount of time. Everything should come out at the same time. You see, that's perfect timing. Perfect timing. Here we got some fresh spinach. We're gonna give this a little rinse. We're gonna keep those stems on there too. That's where all your nutrients is. It's a little bitter, but it's tasty as well. And in the process, we're gonna almost stir fry that couscous mix with the spinach. That way it'll wilt the spinach a little bit and everything will come together just nice. Check back on your cauliflower. Oh yeah, smashing now. I'm gonna take this off, give that water a nice drain. So we're just gonna take this cauliflower, pop it right in that cup that you put all those nice, tasty Parmesan cheeses and garlics in to make our puree. We're gonna set some of this to the side for later. So we're gonna add our cream to this pan. So you don't like to add cold to hot. So you just want a little bit of cream just so everything can come together once it get into that blending mode. Add you some more of this Parmesan on top. Check your veggies. You can push on these. Those are ready to rock. So we're gonna pull those butternut squashes out. Those are ready to rock and roll to get added into the pilaf. Set that to the side. Check your steak. Steak is ready to rock as well. We're gonna take the steak off, add a little butter to the bottom of that pan and make a pan sauce as well. You feel these? Those are getting softer. Probably another 3 minutes on those. Cream is ready to come off. We're gonna add that to the mix and we're gonna blend this up. A nice ninja mixer. Ninja! Let's see how thick your puree is. Oh yeah, that's what you're looking for right there. Give it a taste. Got an Alfredo feel. Add a little bit more of this Parmesan to that. You wanted to get a nice puree. You don't want it to be too watery. You want it to be sticking to the spoon still. Almost like Alfredo sauce, but a little thicker. We're gonna pop this on one more time. Pull that off, set it to the side. Just keep the top on so it'll stay hot. So in the meantime, everything's ready to rock. Steak's out. Just waiting on the acorn squash now. Make sure you book with Robella Haney's Catering LLC. We make it happen. We do any type of events, repast services, holiday parties, graduation parties, family reunions, whatever you need, we have it. Contact me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Chef Antwain. I'm all over. Google me. Get these a nice sear. You're just doing this for color. Get you some nice color on those. Hit it with a little salt. See that nice caramelization on there? You don't want to cook them too long so they're gonna get mushy. So that's seared up. Go right into the garnish bowl. Now we're going to take our wilted spinach and wilt that spinach up in there. We're gonna add our butternut squash as well as our couscous pilaf. This is the whole pilaf now. We're gonna give that a nice little swirl. Saute it up. Like I say, you don't want your spinach to get too mushy. You want to still be able to feel a crunch with that there. So you see that nice wilt going on with that spinach? And you're just gonna let that sit for a moment. We're gonna add you some salt and pepper. I'm gonna let it sit right on this stove until our acorn squash is complete. Give it another stir to get all those flavors together and just let it sit on that heat for a moment. Now we're gonna pull that steak again. We're gonna take that nice pan sauce we have going on right here. We're gonna take about 2 tablespoons of butter. You can add a little bit of garlic to that as well. Some nice parsley just to give it some color. We also gonna put a little oil in that couscous pan. We also adding feta cheese to this as well. This is a Mediterranean feta. Has a little tomatoes and roasted peppers in it. And get our fresh sage. Fry these sage leaves off. I can hear that butternut, that acorn squash going. So let's get these out the oven. Look at those, beautiful. Look at that caramelization on top of there, and just give it a squeeze. Ready to rock. Pan sauce is working. We're gonna add us some rosemary to that as well, just to give it a little bit more flavor. You can hear that oil going. So in the meantime, we can start our plate up. So we're gonna take that nice puree. We're gonna put that right on the bottom of the plate. Give it a smear. We're gonna take your acorn squash, put it right there. We're gonna take your nice couscous pilaf with your butternut squash. We're gonna stuff it. Let it roll off the sides. It's magical, don't worry. Take our steak, cut it on the bias, and a nice medium there. Take your nice pan sauce. It's not much, but it just keeps your steak nice and moist. We're gonna fry off this good old sage. We're gonna finish this off with a little bit of that feta, a little bit of parsley there. You can go on and pull your sage leaves. They should be nice and crispy for you. They're a nice little snack as well if you like sage. We're gonna get our tomato garnish. Throw that right there. And the last thing is your nice sage crispies. This could be a nice fall dish or just a nice little light dish you wanna just have with your family. But there we have it. Roasted acorn squash, seared steak, cauliflower puree, couscous pilaf. What can I say? Chef Antwain Trimble here at the URC. This is the Chef Show. We make it happen.